so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I was able to make over $5,000 on a single trade. Now I'm going to make it as transparent as possible because most interestingly I was actually able to share it with my student community and we all took the same trade, so in some way we all capitalized on it. So I'm going to share my strategy that I used in here, my risk management, and most importantly, as I mentioned, I'm going to be transparent as much as possible. So this is gold and we shall start off from the H4. Now, quick one, this is how I trade personally. So number one thing is I need to find what the trend is, okay? That's key, that's a non-negotiable and you can't go over it unless you're one of the big market movers and you determine what the overall direction is. But to us as retail traders, well, more often enough, you must follow what the trend is. And for my case, looking at gold, this is how we were looking. So I'll just go ahead and show you how we started off earlier. And as you guys can see, at some time back, the price was in a downside direction rather. And then at some point we had a level here that I drew out. Price came over here, reacted off, came back 3 times, and then all of a sudden reversed. Okay, now if it's your first time watching a video about trading, let me just quickly show you something so you shall have major takeaways. So if say the price was initially in a downtrend, okay, at some point these trends won't stay on forever. We shall see reversals, and this is what's happening. So say the price now all of a sudden, rather than pushing down to break this low, it's coming back this area, coming back here, say even 1 or 2 times, and then all of a sudden reversing. Okay, so it's the same thing that we were looking at on gold. So initially we had a downtrend. Okay, so we had a downtrend. So we initially had a downtrend and we had a reversal happening right around here, and then we had a change of structure. Okay, so we had a change of structure now to an uptrend. So at this point we could draw a level right out here and we could just call this, say, change of trend or structure, whatever you would love to call it. So basically that's what we saw on gold. So you have a major takeaway already. So looking now at what's happening, so at this point, considering this current price push, we were looking at an uptrend. The price is in a bullish phase. Now, it being in a bullish phase doesn't mean that we shall come straight in and take a trade. More often enough, no. Again, you have to look at more confirmations, and this is what I do. So after getting the trend, now the next thing is drawing out your levels. Now this is very important. In here I had to draw out my most recent highs, and in such a scenario this is it. So I'll just go ahead and redraw it using a line. This is it. Then we also had this level down here. I'll just delete it so we can redo that again. Okay, so we have our most recent high drawn out, then we also have our most recent low, this. Okay, why? Because look, the price came over here, then pushed back here, okay, forming the low, and this is what we're looking at. Then you can even go ahead and draw as more levels as possible because these are very important price reaction areas. In some way you can see the price got here, reacted off, came back here, reacted off. So it's always happening over and over and over again. Then we also have a very important level that I watched out for, this level here. Now sometime back the price came over here and then reacted off. Now obviously remember what I always say, okay, if in some way the level has been respected, then more often enough it could actually happen again. So it's very important that you watch out for such levels. So the price got off here and then reacted off. So in some way I thought, well, it would come back over here and then react off. Well, that didn't happen. This time around the price broke through. Now I'm going to scale down to the H1 and then we shall have a much extensive look. Okay, so you can see I'm still in the trade, but I'll tell you something later on that's very, very important. So we saw the price breaking out, coming back. Obviously we expected a retest of this area and then pushing up, but in some way that's not happening, and I'll show you something. So the price came back now to our lows. Now why did I take that trade off here? I want you guys to look at all these weeks. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have, oh, actually by the time I took the trade we were having 3. Okay, now what does weak rejections mean to me? Well, a weak rejection is much more of the price coming to that level and then finding a bit of say a reaction, say the opposite traders are coming in. Now in such a scenario, the price coming for sales, but then all of a sudden finding buyers in and then pushing the price back up. Okay, so it happened 1, 2, 3 times, and then someone convinced, look, for the fact that this is a key level already, the price is in an overall uptrend direction, well, how about I take this trade? And if I can just scale down to M15 for the entries, this is how it looked. So got in right around here. This is where I had my entry, having seen the weak rejection off here, and then watched out for the price to push up here, and then came back, and this is why I got in. Now I had a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3. Still haven't hit my target, but I was able to close off partial profits, and that's the thing that I'm going to talk about in a minute. And this is how the trade is currently performing. I did scale in a trade later on today, but I was topped out having these weak rejections down here, and I still have the other one running. So basically in here, what I'm looking out at most importantly, as I mentioned, is the trend. And now here's a very important thing. Now as you guys can see, well, I haven't hit my target, but if we can stretch up to where the price came, that's about 1 to 2. Like it's a 1 to 2 risk to reward, raising 1 to make 2. So at this point I was able to close off partial profits. Listen, it's very important that you have some money secure. Either drag your stop loss to break even or close off 1 or 2, 3 positions. Very easy stuff. In such a scenario, you have some money in the bank and you literally have nothing to lose. Okay, so that's what I was able to do here. But at the moment, I'm still holding the trade and I'll see how it plays out. But in case it comes back to this area and say breaks out to the downside, well, more than enough, I'll close that trade. Because now here's a very important aspect. Okay, now if you guys can look back at this level, if I can just stretch back the H1, we do have this level. Okay, and for the fact that it was respected this time, maybe yes, maybe not, could see some reaction off here. So I'll definitely keep watching out for the fact that I closed off a bit of money, and then you can use the same approach for more trades and be able to make money. Okay, now let me tell you a secret. If you really want to become good at trading, first things first, you need to put in as much practice as possible. Okay, now I'm sharing this from the experience that I've had with my students. Okay, now the guys that really put in the most work, listen, these guys are crushing it. I'll just put some of the screenshots on screen right now so you guys can actually see. This is not my results, these are people just like you. Okay, now what I'm trying to say is the more the practice, then the better. Okay, then the other thing that I must always emphasize is you can only make yourself better. I mean, think of investing back into yourself. Now I know you could learn a lot of things for free on YouTube. It's like this video, this is free. Okay, but in actual sense, when you pay something, say investing back into yourself, well, more than enough, you're going to even fasten up your trading track, because free things are not valued, though there's a lot of value, but that's how the world is. So if you're ready to fasten up your trading journey, well, this is for you. So I do have an exclusive Forex family where I teach these people how to trade, how to make money, literally, because it's me and then 3 other mentors, and then more to that, we have live sessions, we have live trading. It's insane. I can't say all the value inside, but it's up to you to actually go inside and check that out. Okay, so I'll put the link, and it's going to be the first one just down in the description. And then if you're watching this video and you're in Kampala, Uganda, you could consider coming off for our physical classes. I'll also attach my WhatsApp number down in the description. And with that, I'll see you guys in that next one. Please make sure you subscribe. This is the Forex Bulls channel, and remember, once you're in, there is never looking back.